Havanna, it is time for the merienda. It is about 6, almost 7 p.m., so a little bit late, but I'm gonna get a coffee and a media luna. Para pedir en la mesa, ¿me siento nada más o pido acá primero?
En la mesa.
Dale, gracias. ¿Para pedir?
Dale.
Dale, te pido un café con leche y 2 medialunas. ¿Puede ser uno de jamón y queso?
Una queso.
Sí, y una como un dulce. Oye, gracias.
Jamón y queso son más grandes.
Bueno, no, solo uno del jamón y queso entonces. Dale, gracias por avisar. So basically what a merienda is, it's kind of like a breakfast in the United States, but it's a little bit different just because the time of day that you eat it at, like right now, it's a little bit late actually. It's almost 7 p.m., but nonetheless, a merienda is very similar to breakfast, where you can have like anything sweet, you can have a coffee, a tea, anything like that, drink mate with like bread. And in this case today, I ordered a coffee with milk and a media luna, which is kind of like a croissant, but very different at the same time. So I ordered a media luna with ham and cheese in the inside, and for me, that's one of the best meriendas that you can get. Very simple, very straightforward. It has that like sweet and saltiness of both flavors inside the media luna that make it so good. I would really recommend, when you do come to Argentina, order a media luna de jamón y queso. That's the way you would order it in Spanish, but order that and you're not gonna be disappointed. I always get that. Even when my little sister came here to visit, she absolutely loved the media luna with jamón y queso, but there's still a bunch of other things that you can get. Like you can get a budín, which is basically like a sweet type of bread. I'm not too sure exactly what it is. You can get salty foods, you can get pretty much anything you want for the merienda, but keep it light because you're still gonna be eating later on in the day, because I know in the United States, usually around 7:30, 8 p.m. is dinner time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's been so long. But I think around that time in the United States is dinner time, and here it's still like the in-between time, because usually you would eat dinner between 9 and 11 p.m. most times, so the merienda is almost 100% necessary in order to eat dinner that late. So I am in the Havanna. Havanna is a very, very popular place here in Argentina. This is one of many, many restaurants that there is of Havanna. I think they're in Miami. I think they're in Spain also. They're all over Argentina. And funny enough, Havanna used to be a restaurant, like a coffee type of shop, that people from Buenos Aires used to come down to Mar del Plata just to have Havanna, because not only do they sell like meriendas and coffees and things like that, they have a thing called alfajor. It's like this cookie with dulce de leche in the inside, and it's covered in chocolate on the outside. So I'm gonna use that as an excuse to order a alfajor, and so I can show you in the video, but overall I love them. I did a video a little while ago, probably like 2 years ago, almost 3, of me trying a whole bunch of different alfajores. It was right when I was kind of starting YouTube. If I'm not mistaken, Havanna was one of the top 3 on the list of my favorite alfajores, of overall the texture, the flavor, and the sweetness, and how quality flavor it has. And we got here the merienda. So here's a coffee with milk. Comes with a little cookie. This is the alfajor I was talking about. This is one of the smaller ones, but still super good. Oh, and these are the sechos, what they call this. This one says it has an excess of sugar, of fats, and excess of calories, of course, with the amount of chocolate and stuff. And not so appetizing looking, but I know it's gonna be amazing, is the media luna. And I think here that little like liquid that's coming off of it is either coming from the cheese or it's coming from the amount of butter and sugar that the media luna has. I have gotten used to not drinking my coffees at all with like sugar or anything like that, just because of when I drink mate, I stopped putting sugar in it and I got used to it like that. Just like this should be pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, that's not bad at all. It gives me that airport vibe. Here, I'm gonna open up the alfajor. You know it's premium when they have it like in a little type of paper thing. But yeah, basic. I don't want to touch it too much because my wife complains that I touch the food too much when I show it in the video. So this is the alfajor. It's pretty straightforward. It has the chocolate on the outside, and it has been a while since I've had a good alfajor, like good quality like this and fresh. We can see in the inside here, you have the dulce de leche, the 2 cookies that are on the outside, and then it's covered in chocolate. I mean, very straightforward ingredients. If you don't know what dulce de leche is, it's pretty much sweetened milk that they cook all the way to the point where it gets like dark like this, and I think they add sugar and stuff, but yeah, very straightforward ingredients that are very good. It has like a kind of citrus flavor to it, which sometimes I'll like scratch orange peel or lemon. And last but not least, we have the media luna de jamón y queso, or the half moon with ham and cheese, if you want the like complete translation. And yeah, like I said, this one isn't the most appetizing looking, but I can guarantee you, I hope it's gonna be good. It's heavy too with the amount of cheese and the amount of everything in here. It's something about that sweet and saltiness that I absolutely love, that is just like all in this. I was gonna order just a basic one and this one, but she said that the size of this is big, so just be cautious. And yeah, luckily I just ordered this, and it is good, nice and hot. There's a bunch of cheese, like a whole bunch of cheese just everywhere. And yeah, the ham is good. The media luna, like the actual croissant type part of it, is pretty small. It's kind of soggy overall. It doesn't seem like it's the freshest right now, but it's still very, very good. Well, I get the question asked quite often in the comments saying that I am not from the United States, I am from Argentina, I'm faking my accent. There's a whole bunch of funny things that I actually really like reading, just because it's like, okay, awesome, my accent has been getting really good. But no, I have lived all my life before I moved here in the United States. I moved to Argentina in April 2021. When I first moved here, I did speak Spanish, but not to the point where I speak it now, being here for multiple years already. But I did not come here without speaking any Spanish and learned it quick. No, I have my father's side of the family from Argentina, so in my house we will speak English and Spanish, and it'll be pretty much normal from there. So yeah, all my life living in the United States, speaking English and Spanish. And I used to think that my Spanish in the United States was actually really good, up until the point where I moved to Argentina. I noticed how much Spanish I needed to know, how much better I needed to get my Spanish, just because I wasn't understanding what the people here were saying too much, and they were not understanding me, because I got so used to speaking pretty much Spanglish. Most of the words that I would say in the United States, like speaking Spanish, most of the conversations would be with people that are both bilingual, but they speak more Spanish. So whenever I used to get stuck speaking in Spanish, I'll throw a few words in English and hop right back to Spanish. And I used to think that I was very fluent until I came here. I noticed that that was not working, because there was nobody that was understanding my Spanglish. So I started working on my accent. I started working on the communication, listening how the words here in Argentina are pronounced, because it's a lot different than a lot of other Spanishes. So yeah, it took me time. It took me a lot of time, but I think now it's to the point where nobody really notices that I'm not from Argentina. I'm 100% from the United States with a background of Argentinian family. So when I am speaking Spanish, there's gonna be words and stuff that I do get caught up on. Pero más que nada, a ver, voy a hablar un poquito de español para que se pueda escuchar cómo hablo, pero más que nada, la mayoría de las cosas que yo puedo decir en Argentina, tipo en el acento argentino y todo, para muchos piensan que se escucha bien, pero para mí yo sé que hay todavía varias partes que a mí me falta, pero bueno, así es el acento. So that's my accent and the way that I'm talking today in Argentina, so you can kind of get an idea. Just a rule of thumb, if you are done with your food and you're ready to get your bill, they're not going to just bring it to you like they normally do in the United States. You're going to have to let them know that you want the bill, la cuenta, or one of the most easiest way to do it is you pretty much just look at the person that is your waiter, and you do like a little signature type gesture, and they already know that you want the check, and they'll bring it over. But besides that, they will pretty much never bring it to you unless you ask. So just keep that in mind. I'm kind of like in a corner area. I'm trying to get like the person that was attending me, the waiter, to see me, but I'm like getting avoided. It's like I'm in the corner of the cafe shop, so it's like I got this in my way. I can barely see the register because I'm a pillar. So I'm just kind of waiting here. I might stand up and just ask for it, but I want to see if they will see me. Let me see. And nope. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be easier. I'm just going to go and pay standing up. Yeah.
Bueno, 10.000
Dale. 1, 2, 3, 4. O sea, creo que hay 11 ahí, si no me equivoco. Muchas gracias. So I just got out of there. It was 10,600 pesos, which comes up to roughly $9, give or take, almost $10. So not bad at all considering what I ordered, being able to sit down with the alfajor and everything. I mean, everything was bomb. So yeah, not bad at all. That is about it for today's video. Please remember to drop me a like if you enjoyed this type of content, and I will see you in a few days with a new video. Peace.